Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Smitha. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a long-lasting Indian bridal makeup look, and I'm only going to be using Colourpop's products. This is not a sponsored video. This is more like a one brand video. So if you're ready, let's get started. I'm going to be giving you so many tips and tricks on keeping your makeup sealed so it can last longer. And if you're new here, please take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my new uploads. Great makeup starts with great skin. So let's do some prep work. I'm going to first start with scrubbing my lips with the Coco Loco Lippy Scrub. This will remove any dry skin or any dead skin that is just layered on top of your lips. And then I'm applying some Coco Loco Lippy Balm just to keep it moisturized and prepped for the lipstick that comes at the very end. It's a common practice to use turmeric to keep your face bright and illuminated, especially on a bride. So I'm going to be using the Illuminating Moisture Booster from Colourpop. This is the turmeric face milk. So I'm going to give my face and neck a good massage. This is an amazing moisturizer and my face will be ready for the next step. One of the most important steps to keep your makeup intact is to use a primer. So I'm going to be using the Pretty Fresh Hydrating Primer on my face and neck, pretty much in areas where I'll be applying the foundation. This will not only smooth out your skin, it'll also act as a sticky base for your foundation. So it'll cling on to your foundation and any makeup that you apply over this, which means it'll make the makeup and foundation last longer. And that's exactly what we need. For foundation, I'm going to be using the No Filter Sticks in 145W. And for reference, I'm an NC35 in MAC. I'm going to be blending it out with this damp beauty sponge. With stick foundations, you can also use a kabuki brush, but this foundation is extremely blendable, so I'm using a sponge. Although this is a stick foundation, it has a beautiful glow to it. As you can see, my face has that glow and it gives you a medium to full buildable coverage. And although it gives you that coverage, it makes your skin look like skin, which is what we exactly need. To add some dimension to my face, I'm going to be using a couple different shades of the Pretty Fresh Concealer. Let's start with adding some depth or contouring. And for this, I'm going to be using 200N. And because this is so pigmented, all I need is very little. So I'm going to be placing small dots in areas where I want to contour before I blend it out. I personally don't prefer very harsh contouring, especially when you look on the side. I don't like that contour lines to be shown. I want my skin to look as natural as possible. If you like harsh contour, go for a little bit more product, but for me, this is good enough. And I'm blending this out with the F20 brush. All my brushes are also from Colourpop. To conceal my dark circles, to do some patch as well as spot correction, I'm going to be using the concealer in 115W. This concealer is an exact match of my skin tone and you can see it has beautifully covered my dark circles. And I'm also going to do some spot correction now. When you use a concealer that's your skin tone or a tad deeper, you can use it for color correction like I just did. If you use anything lighter to color correct, it's going to look ashy. So just keep that in mind. Once I've blended that out and once I feel like everything is covered pretty well, I'm going to use a lighter color concealer to highlight the high planes of my face. And the shade that I'm using is 90W. It's not too light, but it's lighter than the concealer that I previously used. And the reason you highlight the high planes of your face is to bring the best features forward, especially if there's going to be flash photography. Light is going to first fall on those places where you've highlighted, and your face is going to have the depth and dimension, and it's going to look fantastic. The most important step to make your makeup long lasting is to set and seal it. Let's go ahead and set it with the powder first. I'm going to be using the No Filter Loose Setting Powder in Banana. I'm going to dip the same sponge into the powder and gently first press it in areas where I use the concealer just so the concealer doesn't crease. And nice thing about using a banana powder or any powder that's a little bit tinted is it doesn't give you flashbacks. So I'm going to gently press this with the sponge first in areas where I applied the concealer, and then I'm going to press it all over my face and neck to set. In this technique, when you press the loose powder against the foundation that you've applied, it's going to mix with the foundation. So the foundation will absorb it, your skin will bake it and give you that flawless coverage and keep your makeup sealed. And to further completely lock the base so it doesn't move, I'm going to be using the Pretty Fresh Setting Mist. This works really well if you don't have much time between different events during your wedding. So you can keep the makeup on, you can seal it so it doesn't move, and you can do some minor touch-ups along the way. Moving on to the brows, I'm going to be using the Precision Brow Pencil in Cool Cocoa. Just filling in the sparse areas as always and shaping it with this spoolie brush. Let me know if you guys want a brow tutorial separately, especially for hooded eyes. Brows are done a bit different than usual, so let me know in the comment section below. Next, I'm going to be using some Pretty Fresh concealer with the E3 brush to clean up underneath the brows, and I'm also going to be using the concealer on my lids as a base for the eyeshadows. The eyeshadow palette that I'll be using is so jaded. This is a Colourpop collaboration with Kathleen Lights. Has beautiful colors in it, so I'm really excited for my eye makeup. I'm first taking Ruby with my finger and I'm going to just saturate my lid with it all the way from my lash line up to my crease. And then to soften this at the crease, I'm going to dip into Garnet with the E9 blending brush, and I'm going to lightly smoke this out at the crease. And to soften this even further so it can melt into my skin, I'm going to dip into Rose Quartz with the same blending brush, and I'm going to smoke it out right above the transition shade that I just used at the crease. In the inner half of the lid, right on top of Ruby, I'm going to be applying Smoky Quartz, and I'm going to be blending out the edges so it can melt with Ruby and it can create that beautiful ombre. And over this, I'm going to be using some glitter that's in the palette. It's called Topaz. It's a beautiful multicolored, like it's got pink, it's got gold. I don't know how much the camera catches, but it looks beautiful in person. And because this is pressed glitter, you don't need a sticky base underneath. You can apply it directly with a brush or your finger. To tightline my lash line as well as in my waterline, I'm going to be using the Swerve liner. This is a black eye pencil. And before I line my lash line, I'm going to be highlighting my brow bones as well as the inner corners using Pearl. And the brush that I'm using is the E3 flat shader brush. And now I'm going to be using the Numero Uno Felt Tip Liquid Liner in black. I'm going to be pulling out a wing in the outer and inner corner. So I'll be extending the inner corner. And because I have hooded eyes, I'm completely avoiding that crease line that passes right across my lid to do my outer wing. And if you want to know easy ways to do winged eyeliner on hooded eyes, I'm going to link that video right on top. Next, I'm going to be using some black eyeshadow to add more drama to my lower lash line. This is called Let's Do It. This is a matte black eyeshadow. I'm going to smoke it out right underneath my waterline using the E20 brush. And right underneath that, to soften the black eyeshadow, I'm going to smoke out some garnet with a pencil brush. This is the E10 brush. Next, I'm going to prep my lashes for the false lashes by curling it and applying a coat of mascara. And for false lashes, I'm going to be using Bay. The face is looking a bit flat, so let's bring some warmth and add more dimension. So I'm going to be using the Coconut Beach Bronzer. This is the F21 angled brush that I'm using. And for blush, I'm going to be using Growth Flirt, and I'm going to be applying it with the F18 brush. And for highlighter, I'm going to be using this beautiful warm gold Soul Body highlighter, and I'm going to be applying it again on the highest points of my face using the E15 brush. The E15 brush is actually a blending brush, but I've seen that blending brushes work really well to apply highlighters as well, because you are blending the highlighter also into your skin and you want to make sure it blends in with the other colors on your face. So try using a blending brush. If you don't have a highlighter brush, it works equally well. And to go with my outfit, I'm using a beautiful berry lipstick. This is the liquid lipstick in More Better. It has a pretty smooth swipe and it gives you that intense color payoff, and it definitely dries down to a super matte transfer proof finish. I know it looks quite glossy now because it's wet, but it's definitely going to dry down matte. And if you want the borders to look perfect, just use some concealer to clean up around. And the brush that I'm using is the E11. And now that we've completed the makeup, I'm going to use the setting spray one more time to make sure my face is double sealed before I use any jewelry or accessories on me. And here's the completed look. All my jewelry, outfit and accessories are from India. I bought it long ago. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below and let me know. And if you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new video. Bye guys.